app 8. Here, I guess. Now here, user registration servlet. Here, no, not here. User login servlet. Here in user login servlet, for the first time, we are using a servlet context object, and we have set the attribute on this context. Okay, I'm going to ask you, prove me. Prove. I need a proof. I want you to prove me that we set the attribute. I mean, we set the attribute on servlet context. Yeah, proof means here, whenever we are setting the attribute in home.jsp, just a second, in home.jsp, we are actually getting that attribute by using application. Yeah, that is the proof. That is a hard, rock solid proof. Okay, this is a proof. I'm not saying no for it, but I want to display something in my console. I want to display some data in the console that context attribute is happened. Okay, then we need to listen to that event. What? Okay, here where in user login servlet, we are setting the attribute. Just say yes or no. Yes or no. That particular process, technically, it is known as an event. So, can I say an event occurred? Yes or no? An event occurred. If an event occurred, I am able to listen to that event by using listeners, context listeners, session listeners, request listeners. Again, no, don't get confused. We can set the attribute again. Let me just try to. We can set attributes. We can set the attributes on 3 objects. What are those 3 objects? context, context object, context object, request, request object, and session, session object. Yeah, we can set the attributes. Just let me try to, okay. Here, we are setting the attribute on context. We are setting the attributes on request. We are setting the attributes on a session. The process of setting these attributes, that is actually known as event. That is actually known as event. An event happened. Are you getting the point here? One more time. One more time I am saying this. Just a second. Let me event. 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 Okay. An event happened. I'll do one thing. Let me just try to. Whenever we are setting the attribute to the servlet context or servlet request or session, HTTP session, an event is happened. This event, we can monitor whether that event happened or not by a concept known as listeners. That's it. So basically, what is the use of this listener? Okay, 3 types of objects are there. Obviously, 3 types of listeners are there. First one is context listener. Second one is request listener. Third one is a session listener. That's it. Okay, I'll do one thing. For example, here, I'm going to get this Java file here. Okay, context listener. Let me, this is com.pack1. Okay. Now here, I'm going to use the annotation web listener. I'm just using the annotation web listener. Okay. Now, sir, what are these methods? Context initialized, context destroyed, attribute added. Just read the method names. Easily you'll be able to understand. And after that, attribute removed. Let us deal with context initialize. What this context initializer method will do? Context initialize method will be getting executed whenever a servlet context object is getting created. Whenever, one more time. Okay. Now, context initialize, this object will be getting created whenever a servlet context object is getting created. Okay. And after that, yeah, context object created. Now, this is method is the parameterized method. And what is that parameter here? Servlet context event. Remember, we are dealing with the event and listeners. Respond. What is an event? Whenever we are setting the attribute. Now, okay, I'm trying to get that servlet context and I'm saying like, I'm just trying to print that where in which server we are trying to deploy our project. I told you context object will be having the information related to the server. Do you remember that? Config object will be having information related to the servlet. Absolutely. Okay. Now, if that context object is destroyed, then obviously we'll be getting context object destroyed. And whenever we are adding the attribute, where here we are setting the attribute now, come on. Whenever we are setting the attribute, immediately this method will be triggered. We are not calling them. We are not calling them. These are listeners. These are listeners whenever a particular event got occurred. Whenever a particular event got occurred, automatically these methods will be getting executed. For example, for example, I am going to, okay, app 8, right click, run on server. Okay, server is not started, I guess. Yeah. Let me get my C drive. Okay, C drive, program files, Apache Software Foundation, Tomcat 9.0, bin, Tomcat 9W, yes, and yeah, started, stop. Let me try to stop it. Okay, done. Now let me execute it. Right click, run on server. Okay, now let me get back here. Can you see this in the console? In the console, context object created. Our application is deployed into the Apache Tomcat. I told you whenever we are running our project, automatically context object will be getting created. You need to respond here. Yesterday or day before yesterday, we discussed this when we discussed about the difference between context and config. Did you remember that? See, hang on. Let me just try to, where is this? Ah, servlet context. Servlet context. Okay. Please check this. Servlet context is an interface, okay, automatically created by the server when a web application is deployed. Whenever we are running our project, automatically that servlet context object is getting created. Where is the proof? This is the proof. Are you getting the point here? Which method got executed? Context initialized method got executed. And with the help of that context object, I'm able to see my application is deployed into which server. Okay. Now here, okay, I want to log in. Let me try to log in. What is the username I have given? Kishan password, I think 1234. I'm sorry, NIT. That is for admin, right? 1234. Yeah. 1234. Login. Okay, welcome Kishan. Now let me get back here. Can you see this? Attribute added. Which attribute we have added? Bean, user bean. We added user bean, admin attribute here. You need to respond here. That is what we have added. Na? We have added that attribute name and attribute added to r dot apache dot jasper. Jaspera. Did you remember Jasper and Catalina? Catalina is the container for servlet. Jasper is the container for JSP. I told you, whenever we are sending that request to home.jsp, it's a JSP. Automatically, Jasper container is getting triggered. This is context listener. Context listener. Like that, we are having three listeners are there. Okay. Now, one more time, I am saying today our concept is event and listeners. What is actually an event? An event represents an action detected by a program. In servlets, events are generated when certain action occurs on servlet objects like servlet contact, servlet request, and HTTP session. What action it may happen? Setting the attributes. That is actually known as event. Whether that event happened or not, it will we can manage, we can track by a listener. So three types of objects: servlet context, servlet request, HTTP session. For three types of objects, we are having three types of listeners. What is the first one? Servlet context listener. In that servlet context listener, we are having servlet context listener. It's an interface, and servlet context attribute listener. Let me just try to get back here. Okay. What are those? Please tell me, what are those? Servlet context listener, servlet context attribute listener. And here we are having two methods. In servlet context listener, we are having two methods. Tell me, what are those two methods? Context initialize, context destroyed. Context initialize, context destroyed. Here we are having three methods. What are those? Added, attribute removed, and attribute replaced. I did not replace any attribute, so I'm using attribute added and attribute removed. As simple as this. You know what? Here I just want to log out. Okay, log out, all attributes were removed and cookies destroyed. Now here, am I getting my attribute removed? Come on, guys, the only use of listeners is to get confirmation whether we are successfully able to set the attribute, get the attribute, whether it is happening or not. That's it, not more than that. Online students, I need your opinion on this. Please respond to me in the chat. Am I clear with this? Come on, please respond to me in the chat for me. Right. Do me a small favor. I want you to first write this context listener program in your application. Where, which application? This one. Uh, I think that is application. What is that? In application 8, create a class. Just create a class. And by the way, please make sure to write this annotation web listener. Otherwise, you'll not be able to trigger the listeners. You need to use this listener. In that application 8, in the package, create a class. Class named as context listener. Please have this in your notes. Go ahead. Once it's done, do let me know. A little bit fast. Little bit fast. Please carry on. 5 minutes. So I told three listeners. This is context listener. After that, session listener, request listener also we will use. First, have this please. Simple code. Actually, literally simple code. What is there here? We are just writing the methods. That's it. I already told you maybe within 2 to 3 days we will wind up with our advance. After that, you will not be having my torture. No need to write the notes. I'll upload the notes. Just the program is enough. Feel free to use shortcuts. What is the shortcut? Control space. Make sure to use the shortcuts, please. After writing this, just execute and check. Make sure to check in the console, by the way. Done? Is it completed? Online students, please respond to me in the chat for me. If it is completed, I'll move on to the next listener, that is request listeners. Okay, I guess it's completed. Now, let us go with the next one, that is request listener, servlet request listener. So three listeners are there. First one is context listener. Next one is request listener. Now just observe the methods here. Okay, here we are having servlet context listener, servlet context attribute listener. Here what we are having? Read ra. Servlet request listener, servlet request attribute listener. Here we are having two methods. What are those? Context initialize, context destroyed. Request initialize, request destroyed. Here also attribute added, attribute removed, attribute replaced. Here also attribute added, attribute removed, attribute replaced. Same as it is same, but this will work with which attribute? Okay, Nana, servlet context listeners will work whenever we are setting an attribute on you should speak servlet context object. Yes, right now, servlet request listeners will be executed, will be triggered whenever we are setting the attribute on servlet request object. Now here, HTTP session is they will be executed whenever we are setting an attribute on session, HTTP session. Okay, for in our online electronic portal, we have used both request and session. Yes, let me just try to. Okay, now here I'll do one thing. Show view console. I'm stopping the server, I guess. Okay, now close, everything is done. Now, in this online, this is contact. Shall I remove this? I'm going to close it. Okay. Okay. I'm closing, close all. Okay. Now, here, online electronic portal, first, I'm going to deal with the servlet request listener. Let me, here, I already wrote a class request listener. Very simple, very simple. See, again, I'm saying you, the main use of these listeners is to track whether an event happened or not. We can already make that happen by using JSP. Na? In JSP, we are trying to get the attribute. Yes or no? We already know this, but there is this separate concept listener. That is the reason we are doing this. Now here, request listener. Request listener will be having two interfaces. What are those? Servlet request listener, servlet request attribute listener. Here also, I'm going to write request initialized, request destroyed, attribute added, attribute removed. Same methods as it is, same methods. Okay, now here let me just try to use that annotation. By the way, previously whatever the project which you have executed, that is present in your server only. Yes or no? This project also present in the server only. Do one thing. In the previous context listener, please keep web listener in comment. Why? Because I don't want to get ambiguity. Context listener, previous just now you wrote a program, na? Context listener program. Please make sure to keep this annotation in comment so that it will not be executed. It will not be triggered. Okay. Now I'm going to deal with the request listener. Okay. In request listener, I'm having this attribute, annotation. Let me just try to execute my project and online electronic. Okay. Now right click, run as run on server. Okay. Now, okay. Here, if you observe request object initialize, request object destroyed. Sir, but request should be triggered whenever we are sending a request, na? Whenever we are setting the attribute. But up to now, we did not set. See, here, where in user login for the first time, admin login servlet. In admin login servlet, whenever we are setting the attributes, then only that request object should be getting triggered. But before only it is getting executed, we'll do one thing. Let me just try to close my server, stop the server. One more time I am executing. Right click, run as run on server. I told you sometimes instances will be present in the server. Okay. Now please check. Am I able to get that? Tell me. I did not got it right now. Now let's execute. Now let's execute. Now here, okay, admin login, admin login, admin login. And here, if I observe, please check this request object initialize, request object destroyed. Okay. Now I'm just trying to write admin NIT login. If I press the login again, request object initialize, request object destroyed. I hope you are getting my point here. Now I'll do one thing. Let me just try to log out. Admin logged out successfully. Now here, yeah, obviously that attribute has been destroyed. This is for request. We already used it for session also. Now please observe here. Where is my session? Session listener. Okay. Now in request listener, guys, eyes on the board. In request listener, already I am having a web listener annotation. Let me just try to keep this in comment. Now I want to trigger, just let me stop my server. Okay. Now I want to trigger session listener. Okay, sure. Session listener will be having two interfaces, HTTP session listener, HTTP session attribute listener. Methods, session created, session destroyed, attribute added, attribute removed. Okay, where we have used this session. Okay, here we are using a admin login. Now, context listener, I kept it in comment, web listener. Request listener also I kept it in comment. Right now we are having only session listener. Let's execute. Right click, run as, you know what, just let me try to A refresh, it should not get. Yeah, I'm closing everything. Now here, right click, run as run on server. Let's see session is created or not. Okay, now here is session created? No, we did not create a session now. Just try to admin. Okay, still we did not log in. You know what is a session? You know what is a session? Okay, let me try to log in. Admin and NIT. Online students, are you following me? Please respond to me the chat for me. Up to now, session object did not got created. Please respond. Please respond. You already know what is a session. Now, let me log in. Okay. Now here, admin NIT login. Okay. Now let me check. Please observe here. Session object created. Session attribute added to the session object. And what is the name here? Maybe just like that. Now, if I log out, please check session object destroyed. In logout, I used invalidate session dot invalidate in JSP. Did you remember that? Here, where uh, SRC. Okay, SRC main web app logout. Here, did you remember this method? Session dot invalidate. On that day, I told you we are going to destroy the user session. We should destroy the user session. I told you. This is what happens. Once this got triggered, automatically an event will be getting generated and user's session will be destroyed. So three listeners: context listeners, request listeners, session listeners. Please try to have this in your project. I mean to say these two. Where you will be creating this? Please tell me where you will be creating this? Online electronic portal. Kindly please try to complete this. After that, we'll try to open our project through mobile. First, complete this. One more time. What? You want to write session listener? Yeah, why not? You can feel free to use. You can use these session listeners, request listeners, context listeners in which project you are using that. For example, in your project, if you are using session listeners, right? I mean, if you are trying to set an attribute on session, yeah, you can use it. If you're trying to set the attribute on context, yeah, you can use them. So fine. That is what the whole idea behind this. Online students, if completed, kindly please do message me in the chat. Request listener completed. That is good. Now, if request listener completed, go with session listener. And which listener you are executing, make sure to keep other listeners' annotations in comment. So, online students, if completed, kindly please try to message me in the chat. Done. Okay, how many of you guys completed? Raise your hands. Completed. 2 minutes, guys. 2 minutes. 2 minutes. One last minute. And done. Completed. Time up. Time up, guys. Time up. Time up. Okay. Now, guys, please eyes on the board. Now, today we started our session with the events and listeners in server programming. Okay. And as I said, there are three types of events and listeners are there: context listener, request listener, session listener. Basically, what is the use of these? Just to track whether we have successfully added the attribute or not. That's it, not more than that. Okay, now we know that we have used some annotations in our coding, like, like, what is the use of this override annotation? Suppress warnings, functional interface, web servlet, web filter, web listener. Yes or no? Do you know this? What this suppress warnings will do? Suppress warnings in the sense here, for example, okay, here, let me try to take, okay, I'm taking this delete product servlet, just a servlet. Now here, if you observe, I'm getting a warning now. I'm getting a warning. I'm just going to use add at the rate suppress warnings annotation. Immediately, I will not be able to get that warnings. That's it. Not more than that. Are you getting the point? I already used this. Starting servlet, I used starting. I think in app one, Did we use the servlet? Oh, here. Here we just need to use suppress warnings. That's it. That's it. Not more than that. Okay. Now here coming back, please tell me. All these annotations we already know. At the rate override, suppress warnings, functional interface, web servlet, web filter, web listener, we already know. Now, after that, servlet lifecycle. Servlet lifecycle, we already know now. Of course, just a little bit notes. Just a notes. Loading, instantiation, initialization, request handling, destroying. Right now, whenever you are looking at these words, some idea is coming into your mind. Na? Come on. Servlet life cycle. That's it. Not more than that. And you know that basically we will be able to create a servlet in three ways. First one is by using servlet, generic servlet, and HTTP servlet. Up to now, we never and we did not use a servlet. Directly, we are using generic servlet and HTTP servlet. As a matter of fact, for filter also, we know init method, do filter method, destroy method, same as life cycle shares of servlet I told you yesterday. Unit responder as it is same. Just the theory. Just the theory. That's it. Loading, instance. Okay, read the loading process. Just read. This is the first stage. Where the servlet container locates the servlet class using its URL pattern. Where we will be giving the URL pattern? Where we will be giving the URL pattern? There are actually three scenarios where we can give the URL pattern. First one in the HTML, of course, HTML or JSP, form action. Second one in the servlet, at the rate web servlet. Third one in the web.xml. In the web.xml also we gave na URL. Gone, when we discussed about servlet context and configure, URL mapping is there, separate tag is there. Come on. Okay. Online students, please respond to the chat for me. Did you remember that? Online students, you need to respond, guys. Only few people are respond like Ayush, Nikita. Okay, that is very good. Reminding all what is happening. Please respond. Respond in the chat. Respond in the chat. If you're not responding, how I will be able to know? Just bear with me for 2 to 3 days. Okay. After that, you will not be having my torture. Please respond in the chat. Just 2 to 3 days. I think I'm only the person who mostly frequently I'll ask, respond. Come on, guys. Okay. So loading, instantiation, after that, initialization, methods, init method, do get, do service method. Yeah, request handling, do get, do post, request handling, and then finally destroy. That's it. Now, in JSP, do you remember how many implicit objects are there? I told you. I told you. As a matter of fact, I shown you also. I told you a number. Did you remember how many implicit objects are available in JSP? Give a number. Just tell me a number. Just tell me a number. Okay. For servlet request, what is the implicit object available in JSP? Request. For servlet context? Context. For print writer? Print writer. Out. Out.println. We'll write now in JSP. Like that, totally in JSP, we are having 9 implicit objects are there. Did you remember this slide? Application, session, config, request, response, out, exception, page context. All these are 9 objects which were similar to the servlet objects. Servlet objects. In servlet object, we can use REQ. REQ dot get parameter. Na? Here, if you want to use that, we need to use a request.get parameter. Yesterday, we already used that. Yesterday in JSP, we used that request.get parameter. Yes. So these are all the 9 implicit objects which were available in JSP. That's it, not more than that. Next, JSTL will be there. EL, EL, EL expression language, JSTL, Java server pages as JSTL. That is something different. That we'll discuss that by tomorrow. Not exactly right now. Right now, let us try to open our project in the mobile. Shall we? In order to open our project in the mobile, first we need to deploy our project in the server. No, it is already there na? In Eclipse. No, no, no. Not in the Eclipse. Directly in the server. Where is our server folder present? C drive, Apache Tomcat folder, Apache Tomcat Software Foundation. Yes or no? Inside that, we need to deploy the project as a var format. What is that? WAR. Basically, there are 3 formats of projects will be there, like files will be there. Just a sec. Okay. Let me remove this. Okay. First one is jar. Yeah. You know jar files. Do you know jar files? Yes or no? Second one is var file. Third one is EAR files. Java archive files, web archive files, enterprise archive files. Jar files, you already know, we already imported. We already added our jar files in the project. Var file, right now we are going to discuss. EAR file, Spring Boot. That is another scenario. Enterprise editions. That is another scenario. Now we need to convert our project. Let me just try to close everything. Okay, save it. Close everything. Okay. Now, basically, this is our project. We need to convert this project into var format. Okay, let's do. Open your laptops. Everyone, please open your laptops and right click on the project. Right click on the project. There is an option like export. Can you see that? Import, export, refresh. Export option is there. Give a click on that export and you will be having an option like var file. Select var file. Select var file. Then you will be getting an option like web project destination, target runtime. Like there are a lot of options are there. Please choose browser. Please choose browser. Okay. Now go to a drive, just any drive, D drive. I'm going with the D drive NIT folder. Just any drive. Just go to your file, select a path. Are you getting me? Nana, if you're not, if you're getting confused, do let me know. Again, one more time I'm saying this. Right click on your project. On the project, right click on the entire project. Go to export, select var file, choose the destination. We need to choose the destination. So browse. I'm having D drive. If you don't have D drive, you are having only C drive. Okay, no problem. Select C drive. Directly select C drive, no problem. Okay, I'm selecting C drive. Some people are having only C drive. So I'm selecting C drive. File name, I'm just giving the file name as OEP. OEP. Don't make it complicated. Just simply give OEP. Online Electronic Portal. OEP. Simple. OEP. All small letters. Okay. And then save. Just give a click on save. Now, are you getting any option like you don't have permission? Are you getting an option like this? If you are getting an option like this, then we'll do one thing. Give a click on yes. Just give a click on yes. And what is the option you are getting? Are you getting some options? Yes. In that desktop is there? Desktop is there? Please respond. Desktop. Yes or no here? What is the options you are having? Select any folder. No problem. Select any folder. I just want you to save it. Select any folder. Directly right now, I'm going to save it in a desktop. Okay. Just give a click on finish. No need to check any checkboxes. Just give a click on finish. Now, in my desktop, I should be getting something like OEP, OEP WAR file. I'm having this file, OEP WAR file. Are you getting that? Not in desktop, in your precise specific location. Please tell me, do you get it? Online students, I need your opinion here. Respond in the chat for me. Did you get it? Come on, respond in the chat. Is it saved? Okay. I guess it's saved. Now, do one thing. Guys, close your Eclipse. Close your Eclipse. Just close. Close your Eclipse. Open C drive. Open C drive. Program files. Apache Software Foundation. Tomcat 9.0. Bin. Tomcat 9W. Give a click on yes. Please check what is your service status. Stopped. Please start. Start the service. Start the service. Okay. Service started. Give a click on OK. Just give a click on OK. Now go to your Chrome. Go to your Chrome. Now in the Chrome URL, enter localhost. Enter localhost colon 8086. Localhost colon 8086. Basically, 8086 is the port number which we have given whenever we are installing the server. Same port number for everyone, I said. So 8086, pressing enter button, you should be getting something like this. Are you able to view this? Now select manager app. Select manager app. There you will be having an option like username and password. You know what is the username which we have given? Forgot. Manager. All small letters. Give username as MANAGER, manager. Password is also manager. MANAGER, small letters. All small letters we have given. Sign in. If you gave a sign in, you should be seeing something like this: Tomcat Web Application Manager. Tomcat Web Application Manager. Can you see this? Okay. Now, what I want you to do, just to scroll down a little bit, you will be having an option like where file to deploy. Can you see that? You need to respond. Where file to deploy. Select where file to upload. Choose the file which you have downloaded. You created na? Choose the file. Choose the file. I have kept the file in the desktop. Desktop. What is that file? Where is the file? Oh, yeah. OEP.war file. Just choose the file and select deploy. Select deploy. Then you should be able to see your file here, OEP. Can you see that? You should be able to see your file in the applications. Can you see that? Just give a click on it. Just give a click on it. Are you able to log in? Are you able to view the data? All right, that is cool. That is nice. So Eclipse is not required. This is how it's going to happen real time. We'll not be giving the entire project. We'll be trying to give a WAR file. In that WAR file only data will be there. And that WAR file they will deploy in the server. That's it. Got it? Okay. Now let us try to open our project in mobile on the hotspot in your phone. Please on the hotspot on your phone. Everyone, in order to open the project in our mobile, we need to have a network. Your mobile hotspot and your laptop should be in the same network. For example, in your mobile, you are having mobile data, and in laptop, you are having Wi-Fi. No, it's not going to connect. If you are having Wi-Fi, both your mobile and your laptop should be connected with the same Wi-Fi. Why that much of risk? Directly take mobile data. Okay, so let me on my hotspot. Okay, I on the hotspot. Right now, I'm connecting my mobile hotspot to my system. Okay, Wi-Fi connected. Okay, I'm connecting my mobile hotspot. So Kishan S24 Ultra. Let me just click on connect. Did you connect it? Come on. Let me connect. All right, connected. I'm not using Wi-Fi right now. I'm using mobile data. So my phone and my laptop both are connected to the same network. Online students, you need to respond. Am I clear with this? Online students, please respond to me in the chat. Am I clear with this? Please respond. Please respond. Okay. All right. Now do one thing. In your laptop, open control panel. Control panel. Here, there is an option like system and security. Can you see that? Go to system and security. You will be having an option like Windows Defender Firewall. Give a click on Windows Defender Firewall. Windows Defender Firewall. Can you see that? Okay. Now, if your firewall is on, please make sure to off it. Is it off? Is it off? Okay. Now, left side, there is an option like allow an app or feature through Windows Defender firewall. Can you see that? Allow an app or feature. Okay. Now here, is there any option for you like something like Tomcat, please search like this? There should not be any option and there will not be any option. Just scroll down. It's all our alphabetical order. Just scroll down. Is there an option? No. Be fast. There will not be any option. I'm having an option. Why? Because I allowed my server through the firewall. So you need to make your server pass through the firewall. So we need to change some settings. We'll do one thing. Let us just go back. Listen. Just go back. There you will be having an option like advanced settings. Can you see this? Left side advanced settings. Give a click on that advanced settings. Now here you will be having an option like inbound rules. Left side. Inbound rules. Can you see that? Can you see that? Select that inbound rules. Select that inbound rules. Select new rule. Right side. Right side. You are having an option like new rule. Select new rule. And there is an option like program port to predefined custom. Select port. Port. Please select port. After that, give a click on next. Give a click on next. What is the port number we have given? 8086. Did you remember that? 8086. Select 8086. I mean, just enter 8086. 8086. Give a click on next. Give a click on next. And here you are having an option like allow the connection. Allow the connection if it is secure. Block the connection. Just keep it like this only. Allow the connection. Just select allow the connection. After that, give a click on next. All the three checkboxes are checked. Domain, private, public. No need to uncheck anything. Give a click on next. Give a click on next. Give the name as Tomcat. Tomcat. Please give the name as Tomcat. 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 Amma, bring your laptop. Give your name as Tomcat. I cannot continue right now. Why? Because I already set the rule now. In my laptop, it's already there. So I'm going to explain orally what happens. Give the name as port number. Where is the port number? 8086. Okay. And after that, please select next. Allow the connection. Okay. Select all the three rules. Give the name as TOMCAT. Tomcat. Anything. Small letters, capital letters, no problem. You can use anything. I have given T capital letter. Remaining all small letters. Tomcat. Give a click on finish. Give a click on finish. And now, please again go back. Go back here. Just close this. Windows Defender firewall is there. Na? Just close. Close. Just close it. You will be again looking at allow an app or feature through Windows Defender. Now, please check is Tomcat available or not. Please check. Is it available, Tomcat? Right? All our checkboxes are there now. It's already checked. It's already checked. No need to do anything. So now give a click on OK. Just give a click on OK and close. Now, this is important. This is crucial. Open the command prompt. Open the command prompt in your laptop. Command prompt and enter IPCONFIG. ipconfig. Enter ipconfig. ipconfig without any space. And are you getting your IP address? Are you getting your IP address? Remember, your laptop is already connected to the hotspot. Can you get your IP address? There, you will be having something like IPv4 address 1096. It is my IP address. You are having some other IP address. Okay. Yes. Now open your mobile. Please open your mobile. Right. Open Chrome. Open Chrome. Take a new tab. Take a new tab. Enter your IP address. 10. My IP address 10.96.135.146. After that, IP address. After that, colon, not semicolon, colon. What is the port number you have used? 8086 8086 slash and what is the name we have given? OEP. OEP na? Let's after that press enter button. Are you able to open your project? Online students? Yeah, I'm able to open here right now. I'm able to open. I'm able to open. Are you able to open? IP address. Check the IP address correctly. Check the IP address correctly. Yeah. Now log in. Feel free to log in. Perform, right? In the mobile only, write the operations. Log in. It will work. For example, admin, ADMN admin, small a, NIT. Okay, I'm just trying to log in. I'm able to log in. I guess my online students are able to see. That's it. And feel free, you can work from your mobile and the data will be reflected in the database also. If you are working with your mobile, the data will be reflected in the database. Okay. That is how you need to deal. That is how you need to on your project directly from your mobile. Can you please try to work with that? Okay. All right. Online students, I guess you understood the concept. Abhay, repeat one more time from mobile. Just open your Chrome, give your system IP address colon 8086 slash. Okay, I'll do one thing. IP address colon 8086 slash OEP. This is the URL. IP address means here whatever your system IP address is having. Okay, Abhay? How many of you are able to open? Raise your hands. Almost everyone. Okay, dot. That's it, guys. That's it for today. That's it for today. We'll be trying to continue our sessions again by tomorrow. Thank you. Thank you for listening. Have a great day. Online students, I guess you enjoyed our today's sessions. If possible, kindly please try to respond to the chat for me, guys. I know you guys are busy, but if possible, kindly please try to message me in the chat, guys. Online students, come on, please respond, please respond. 2 days, just 2 days. All right. Thank you, guys. Thank you for listening. See you tomorrow. Have a great day. Thank you. What is it?